Hello everybody, my name is Chandler Page, and in today's video I'll be looking at LEGO set number 2507, LEGO Ninjago The Fire Temple. The set was released in 2011, where it retailed for I believe about €100, and yeah, it comes with 7 minifigures. I'll get into those first. But I didn't get mine, not when the year it was released, but a bit later, but that doesn't really mind. So let's get into those figures. With the minifigures, just starting with Samukai seems like the best thing I can do, where this is a really cool figure and I'm really happy that I own one. He comes with 3 of the original 4 golden weapons. All 4 of them come in this set, which is something quite interesting. Where you also have the Dragon Blade of Fire, which is in the set itself. This is not the exact same one. This is my old one, as you can see, very used, but being the best dragon sword of fire that there is. He comes with all 4 of them, which are pretty cool, and I do quite like the originals, although, as most say, Cole's one is kinda lame. But for this figure itself, he simply uses like a normal skeleton body here, which is very interesting. And you have like this whole upper piece, which has these clips for the arms at the top, to be the other piece of him, the other half. So it's one giant piece which you simply slit on top, and you can also move his jaw up and down, which is attached by one of these clips, which means technically you can make him like the General Grievous. They're kind of the same connection points at that point. I don't want to show you that cursed image. But you can move his jaw up and down, which makes him look amazing compared to the others. Probably one of the best Ninjago villains ever introduced. So for the next 3, we have the original Garmadon, we have, I believe, Cruncha, and we have the original version of Sensei Wu with his black attire. I don't know what the exact wording is, but it's original black attire. And you can see these figures have had some wear and tear, but that's because they were released about 10 years ago, so that's to be expected. Like Garmadon, he comes with this electric piece, which is used also with the Emperor. Pretty cool. Cruncha comes with one of these bone axes, and Sensei Wu comes with a simple, I don't believe it was a golden staff, but he comes with a staff. I believe it was a brown one in the original set, but I could be mistaken. You'll see that if I was. For the headprint of Garmadon, which is simply the original Garmadon face print, and torso print is even before he had his 4 arms, and you can see it's really minimalistic, but still this figure was one of the greatest ones. For Cruncha, he simply has this amazing bone armor piece and this specialized molded head, which they differed from, and some printing on there. So going away from the regular skeletons with these giant heads, they were pretty cool, but I like the normal ones better. And for Sensei Wu, he has his normal face. He has the beard. He had that original face, which is quite a while ago actually, since they done that. And he uses this printing, where you can't really see it on the figure because it's mostly faded away, but it had some golden dragon detailing, just like the back of him, but it's all faded away. This is quite an old figure that I have. Now let's get on to the next 3. Now for the last 3, We have Nia, the original one. Kai is the X one, and Sane, the original one. Sane and Kai come with these simple silver katanas. So let's take them out of the way because they take up way too much room. Yeah, there. And Nia comes with like those daggers she had. Pretty cool weapons, not too interesting, so take them away. Um, I really like these figures. They're classic. They're, yeah, that's what they are. They're classics. Nothing can, well, change the way these figures worked. They used like the old cowl. Oh, they used the old cowl pieces, which had an attachment point for the swords at the back of them, where you can like clip them in there, which was all one piece. And I believe these pieces were released in somewhere in the 90s with the original Ninja theme. And for the faces, they used the originals, which is really long ago that they used, especially this one for Sane and that one for Nia. Nia also had one of the had like her bandana printing on the back of her head. Kai has his name and emblem on there, and uses this amazing figure with the dragon printing, which are probably some of my favorite Ninjago, well, ninjas of all time. So that's it for the figures. They are all really cool in the set, but let's go on to the dragon. Before I take a look at the dragon itself, I do want to say that I really like the aesthetic of having the wings pop out on the side. And but let's get into the dragon itself. So here we have the original, one of the originals, the original fire dragon, and he uses some dark red. He uses Kit orange, or the bright light orange or something, whatever it's called. Uses some gold, some regular orange, and some brown and black aesthetics. So he looks, especially for a 2011 dragon, really cool. And don't forget that this is where the Ninjago dragons, where they started. And of course, for the movability, he doesn't have a lot, where the feet are fixed, except for at like the hip joint, where they can move about, so not too much movement. For the head, this part is also fixed, but the top part of the head can actually move at the neck, kind of twist here, but that's not intended. You have the same rigid joints as before for the wings. You have the fingers, and one thing that I do wish more of the dragons recently have is folding wings, where these are really cool. And I know I had the ice dragon as a child, and I know that that's one of the best features that they had. The tail can kind of swivel about and has these really ratcheted joints and a bit of a flame on the outside. Then there's also something I forgot, so let me just get that. So I forgot the Summer Sphere, which is a sphere you can put in the mouth, and this is the fun feature which they all had, where you press down on the top, we clamp it together, and it will shoot off. Eventually, it will shoot off one of those spheres, and works pretty good. I don't want to shoot it too hard because then I'll knock everything over. That's a feature that it has. It's a fun feature, especially for the time. You've just seen the head. This is a head mold which they used on all of the dragons except for Cole's ones and the golden variant later on. It's a pretty cool mold. Nothing too interesting, but it's definitely detailed as much. It also has the same bottom piece where it's actually just two pieces, and they're kind of returning to that point in the current sets. But I'm looking around it and seeing some missing pieces here and there, some wrong pieces. But that's because I built it quite some years ago. As I said, I didn't get it when it was released, but it would say like at least 5 years ago. I don't know for certain, but um, again, missing piece here. Um, but you have that movement where it's saying, I really like the color scheme and how it's actually, well, it's really clean. I was remembering it to be more blocky, but it actually works. Um, for the saddle, it isn't really that much of a saddle. It's not the best one, especially compared to the current years. For the banner, it's simply a banner. They introduced more of them. I quite like them. Not the most interesting one, but the dragon has enough room on the saddle to actually fit a rider, in this case Kai, on the dragon itself. Looking really cool. But now I'll go into a bit more of the side builds, because the dragon rating is already up here. So for the side builds, before we get into the main build, yeah, they're kind of simple, but they give you more room. They're like a bit of a bridge over water, and they have like this ornament thing on both sides, two cherry trees, and this one has like a gong or whatever it's called. We have those things, and you can drum basically, where you can push them down or whatever. Quite little ornaments here. Not too bad. I don't mind the inclusion of them, although not having them would have probably been better. But then again, who am I to judge? Looking pretty cool. Now let's get into the main build you've all been waiting for. Oh boy, here it is. The main build, the temple itself. And first of all, I do want to say that I am missing these dragons here. I do have one of them, but not currently here, and not from this set. But first off, for the exterior, where it looks really cool. It's the original temple. I'll go from the bottom, then interior, and then up. No, let's just start with the exterior. That's better. And from the top to the bottom, because there's only one room of interior. Here at the top, you can see this little circle ornament, having these nice ornaments. They look pretty cool, especially from afar, but not too interesting by themselves, because the closer I get, the worse this set looks. For the roof, they simply have some black plates, some corner plates, having these pieces, these wing pieces-ish, with some flames on both sides, where the part is symmetrical. Going a bit down, where they have these like translucent or whatever, yeah, something like that. They're letting light through, and the paints there are really cool. Getting some of a walkway here, more roof, some fire details, some bit of a railing here, although I don't believe figures can actually walk through there. Yeah, I hope you can see. Yeah, it's just one stud of room there. Same on the other side, as said before. Bit of another roof, this time a bit bigger, again with those same pieces, and same on the other side. Now for a bit lower down, you have these amazing, again, open show, not really, but again, these letting light through dragon paintings, and the same on the other side, again with these awnings, with these railings, having some things where should be small dragons. I'll show a picture of them. Same on the other side. For the side, nothing too interesting, so let me just twist it about to the interior, where you have a bit of an awning with these swords created, looking fairly cool. Having a bit of a dojo which you can, a dojo which you can move about. A sword, having some tiles. Sorry for the dust. Some tiles on the other side, and I hope it's sushi or something, which has been laying here for years now, so probably wouldn't taste that good anyway. You have a spear here on the other side, and this big plateau, which is where the dragons can stand. As said, nothing to the upper level. For the complete bottom, there's simply a structure here with water plates, suggestion of water on the underside, something for the feature I'll get into a bit, and the same suggestion of water on the other side, but it works, doesn't need to be anything else. The reason I skipped over this middle part with the Sword of Fire is for the main feature of the set, and I kinda need to get the dragon in here to show you the full effect of it. So here you have the dragon back again, and here we have the Sword of Fire. And what the idea is that someone would come and would try to pick up the sword, and when they do, when they will try to lift up the sword, then the whole structure will get out of each other, will split out and reveal the dragon. Now, let's just film a few options where this will actually work the way I intended. Take two. So now with the dragon in place, let's say you were one of the Skulken warriors going up and trying to pick up the weapon, then this is what is supposed to happen, where it will split open and reveal the dragon in there, going to demolish whomever wants to take off the blade, which is a really cool function. It's achieved with using some rubber bands underneath of here. I don't want to flip it all over because it will fall and will fall apart on me, but a simple way, just press it to close back up, press it back down, put this one back, and that one back. Should be both of them at the same time, because otherwise you're going to do this, but doesn't work with me holding the camera. But that's it for the build itself. Now to my final thoughts. So for my final thoughts, I really want to say that this is an amazing set, and I'm really happy that I have this set. It isn't the best set of all time, no, but it doesn't need to be. It's an amazing Ninjago set, and it's the staple. It's a reason that I love Ninjago, because of these kind of temples. And it's not the best temple, because I do believe there's a better temple right next to it currently. But it is the original, and therefore some nostalgia goggles, and yeah, mostly those. It will make it this one of the best Ninjago sets ever. And that's something, yeah, that's what nostalgia does with you. But this is an amazing set. If you can somehow get it for a low price, then consider yourself lucky. I got mine without most of the figures, maybe even without all figures. Yeah, probably, it looks like it. So, but still, I got an amazing deal. Some pieces were apparently missing, which I didn't consider back then, but it still makes this an amazing set, worth picking up. So if you have the time and money and you find it, it's an amazing buy. But that's it for this video. I will link the giveaway at the end of the video, because we're almost at 100 subscribers. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Have a nice day. You all like minifigures, and I know that. So that's why I'm doing a giveaway of multiple different figures, depending on my subscriber amount. Figures can be some of the ninjas I have. They won't all stand up, just luck, I guess. Some of the ninjas of the different suits. Also, a Vision, a Captain America, one Shuri, a clone gunner, and maybe even my Commander Cody. All you need to do to win this, or to get the chance to win one of them, is to subscribe, tell me why you're subscribed, and leave that in the comments, and tell me your favorite theme. And giveaway will actually start from 100 subscribers, and with every 25 more, I will do one more minifigure as a giveaway. Let's get back to the video.